Hi guys, Opie Dave here.
And I am Ash.
Together we are Opie Dave and I am Ash.
Yes.
It's true. I wanted to show Ash the Ron White Tater Salad story. And I queued it up a couple of times and I just wasn't sure I was getting the right thing. Because there's a video called Tater Salad, but it's part of I think it was called the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, and it was like sort of more rednecky comedians that did a tour together. And I could have sworn it was him on his own. And I put it out to the patrons and I put it out to people on YouTube, and loads of people have said, this is the one it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So, if it's wrong, it's down to someone else. It's not me. There is the book. I have suitably passed it.
Thank you for obviously giving us the correct one.
Yeah. The reason I wanted to do this was because we started doing a bit of Norm Macdonald. We did.
Yes, the long-winded.
We did the turtle joke, which came out on here.
Then
we did the moth joke, which weirdly enough is on Conan. Got blocked and got denied, so that's on Patreon.
That's on our Patreon.
And also, because I keep forgetting to talk about it,
And
over on Patreon now, we're doing full episode watch-alongs of Great British Bake Off.
Yes.
So we have Always Sunny in Philadelphia on a Saturday.
Yes.
And on a Wednesday, Great British Bake Off full watch-alongs.
It's true.
Every tier gets that. So I've just not talked about it. And we've been doing
we talked about the fact that we were going to do it, but we didn't actually tell you the date that it started. So the first episode was Cake Week last week.
Yep.
And last night for
Biscuit
us
Week.
was Biscuit Week.
And that's coming out in about 20 minutes. So it will have come out yesterday or the day before while you're watching this.
Absolutely.
If you like Bake Off, if you like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we'd love to see you over on Patreon.
Hell yeah.
Right, are we going to do it then?
Yes.
Official Ron White, I got thrown out of a bar. Let's go.
Okay.
I got thrown out of a bar in New York City. Now, when I say I got thrown out of a bar, I don't mean somebody asked me to leave. Or we walked to the door together and I said, bye, everybody, I gotta go. 6 bouncers hurled me out of a nightclub like I was a frisbee. Those big old bouncers that go home every night, watch Roadhouse and beat off. You know what I'm talking about? Patrick Swayze's hitting another guy. For wearing a hat. I walk into a bar with a hat on. This guy real pissy goes, took off the hat. I'm like, what's the deal? He goes, I'll tell you what the deal is. Faggots in this area wear hats. We're trying to keep them out of a club. I'm like, oh, really? The only way we can tell down south is if they have their hair cut like yours. And he got all pissed. But he walked away and I took the hat off, and like an hour later I'd been drinking and I forgot. You ever forget? It happened to me. I put the hat back on. The guy comes over to me. Now, I'm between 6'1" and 6'6", depending on which convenience store I'm leaving. I weigh 235 pounds. This guy comes over to me, poking me in the shoulder with 2 fingers, says, you're out of here. I'm like, I don't think so, Scooter. And I was wrong. They hurled my ass. And then they squared off with me in the parking lot, and I backed down from the fight because I don't know how many of them it would have taken to whip my ass. But I knew how many they were going to use. It's a hand.
We'll have a quick pause just because we're halfway through.
I've never seen this guy.
He's still going nowadays. He's an older fella. Basically retired from comedy, but when Rogan opened his club, he just exclusively goes there.
Nice.
Just because it's a hangout with the guys sort of thing.
Nice.
But he's obviously was a big drinker, smoker, stuff like that. I've had this exact same thing so many times because I've always been a hat guy.
Also, you're cheeky and you talk back to people. You think it's funny to be sarcastic. That's your own fault. Yeah.
No, it's the hat thing though. I've done exactly that. You're not allowed hats in here, mate. Sorry, take my hat off. Put it on my knee when I'm sat down drinking. An hour later, I've got the hat back on. It's been a thing, and you don't do it intentionally. It's just, oh, there's my hat. Once you've had a few beers, you forget this sort of stuff.
That's why you put it in your pocket.
It's a handy little piece of information to have right there. Overkill. Well, they called the police because we broke a chair on the way out the door and I refused to pay for it. And the cops showed up, and at that point, I had the right to remain silent, but I didn't have the ability. The cop says, Mr. White, you are being charged with drunk in public. I was like, hi. I was drunk in a bar. They threw me into public. I don't want to be drunk in public. I want to be drunk in a goddamn bar, which is perfectly legal. Arrest them.
He's not wrong.
No.
Well, he didn't arrest them. Instead, they call in for my arrest record. There's some good news. Satellites are linking up in outer space. Computer banks at NASA are kicking on. There's a telegraph in Fritch, Texas going beep 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 beep. This part takes a while. Shorthand. Beep. Now, I told you that story to tell you this story. When I was 17 years old, I was arrested for being drunk in public. Seemed to be a pattern. If you knew Morse code, you would already know that. And one DWI, which was a bogus charge because it turns out they were stopping every vehicle traveling down that particular sidewalk. And that's profiling, I believe. And the drunken public charge in Fritch, the arresting officer, who I had literally known all my life. You know what I mean? This guy lived 4 doors down from me in a town of less than 400 people. We've met. He takes me to jail. When we get there, he asks me if I have any aliases, and I was just being a smart ass and said, yeah, they call me Tater Salad. 17 years later in New York City, I'm handcuffed on a bench with blood coming out of my nose. And this cop goes, are you Ron Tater Salad White? You caught me. You caught the tater. You can take down those roadblocks now. I call my son Tater Tot. And Poot.
What's the poot?
I don't know what the poot is. That's, there you go. There's a little bit of Ron White for you.
He's really good. He's really funny.
Yeah.
He's dry but funny at the same time.
It's just that sort of almost like drunk bad boy humour.
Yeah.
But seems like a nice guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like an arsehole, but he seems like he's trouble and he gets up to no
Oh,
business
yeah, that
he's
just a lad's lad.
Yeah.
He just likes to have a laugh. And
Yeah.
he gets himself into shit for being that way. I love that. Apparently they were stopping every car that was driving down the sidewalk. It's called profiling.
Yeah. That delivery as well. It's like the misdirect is great.
Oh, fantastic.
It's just a standard story that you're telling until the misdirect, and there's a couple of little things in there that you're like,
yeah.
ah, shit.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's clever. I
Nice.
like it.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Right, I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Any other things you want to see, just comment below.
Yeah.
Always open to more. I love showing new comedians.
Yes, and make sure you check out our Patreon because there's lots of things that have been blocked on, obviously, YouTube. That is something that you guys might have obviously requested that we just can't put on YouTube.
Yep.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and now the Great British Bake Off.
Nice. Right, we'll see you there. Cheers.
Bye, guys.